Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today's Tuesday, July 11th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's gonna open in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. So let's get started in a few. Just gotta finish updating this here. And should be good to go. Things here to update. All right, looks like we're good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Looks like a good handful of you guys are here. Get a few more moments for people to make their way in. Guys, just a heads up, or I'll give you a heads up in a little bit once everyone's in the room. Looks like people are making their way in right now. All right, so about half of you guys are here. So good morning, everybody. Today's Tuesday, July 11th. It's 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. If you guys saw the chart, liquidity from yesterday finally got hit. That 1 hour liquidity that we were waiting for yesterday's live session finally got knocked out right here. It took a long time, but eventually did get hit. I'm going to go ahead and just remark up all the liquidity real quick so that you guys have an idea what to look for. Yeah, Kip said happy trap Tuesday. Yeah, just got to be careful today, guys. A lot of traps setting up. Market was moving a bit pre-market and then it started to slow down a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark this up right here. It's good. So I'm not going to mark up the labels, guys. There's just no point in me marking up labels. I'm just going to mark up because we don't have much time. I'm just going to mark up levels right here. Let's go down to the 8 hour. Yeah, so I'm not really going to talk strategies, guys. If you guys have any questions regarding the strategy, save it for the mentoring session. Today, we're just going to focus directly on trading, guys. I'm not going to answer any specific questions regarding any of the strategies. I'll try to give some breakdown of what we're looking for and what we're anticipating, but I'm not going to be giving any examples of the strategies and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions like that, make sure that you guys attend the mentoring sessions on Monday. Just a heads up to you guys here in the premium, this stream is live streamed to YouTube today. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm not going to go over any strategies, because I know if I open that up, I'm going to get a ton of questions and I'm going to be getting distracted during trading time. So yeah, no questions today, guys. We're just going to trade. If you guys have any questions, just make sure to attend the next mentoring session on Monday. All right, so I'm marking up all of the levels of liquidity right here. $15. All right, looks like we're good to go. We got the liquidity marked up for the day. Looking at where price is currently at, there's not really any liquidity that's nearby aside from the liquidity that's up top right here, which is about 1,130 pips away. So got this right here. Kip said nothing about strategy, but could you go into it using the different software? Kip being Kip, it's good to see Kip here. I know Kip's around, but he's typically not on these lives every day as much. So good to see Kip here on the live session. Here's the liquidity, guys. We marked up liquidity. Closest level is up here. We'll see if that gets hit. Here's a clean chart. Nothing over here. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Casey. Morning, Karen. Morning, Maria. Morning, Kaner. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Tyler. Morning, Rick. Morning, Kip again. Morning, Dan. Morning, Shannon. Morning, everybody. Looks like majority of you guys are here so far. Morning, Jada. All right, looks like majority of you guys are here so far. So I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity is going to be up here. It's about 1,300 pips away. So it's pretty far. It's not super close, but that's the closest level of liquidity. Here is the main chart over here. Have levels marked up ready for any opportunities that may arise. And also here is the 1 hour chart. So over here on the 1 hour chart, this is the trade that I took this morning at 5 o'clock. Everything lined up. I took this trade for a quick profit, and that's how I locked in the profit right here. So you guys saw my screenshot over here. I said I locked in a quick pre-market profit off the 5 a.m. entry. Like I literally woke up, my alarm went off at 5 o'clock. I like hopped out of bed, opened my MT4, and then I entered the trade here, and I took it for a quick profit. So for right now, currently I'm up, let's see, up 2,040 on this account, 2,040 on my second FTMO, 720 on my MFF, 720 on my second MFF, and 720 on my third MFF. This screenshot here is incorrect. So I'll post the actual one. That was one from yesterday. There we go. So those are my profits for the day so far across all my accounts. Hey, Kosh, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Slava. Morning, CJ. Morning, Matthew. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Shannon. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, market is opening in about 2 minutes. I don't think liquidity is going to get hit here on open because it's so far from price, but I mean, we'll see. We never really know if it's actually going to get hit or not because the volatility on open can be a little crazy. I don't know if you guys noticed, my FX book is down, so I can't check news on my FX book, but looking over here at Forex Factory, I don't think there's any news today. I was talking to Casey yesterday about news, but my FX book's been down since last night, so I wasn't able to check. I don't think there was anything else going on. But other than that, let's take a look at the overall bias for the day. Retail sentiment. Fundamental bias, short-term technicals, long-term technicals. All right, so looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 61% short. This indicates that 61% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So right there, we're going to say bullish, 61% short. Fundamental bias right now is currently 110 points in the green, so that's actually also bullish. But I don't know, we'll see how long that holds for, because that can easily just shift in the next couple minutes or so. Looking over here at the technicals, short term is neutral, long term is bullish neutral. All right, guys, market is now open. Price is pushing up super heavy right now. But again, we're going to wait for the market to stabilize before we look for these scalps. Looking over here at liquidity, price is not anywhere near it yet, so we still got a ways to go. About 1,000 pips till we get to liquidity up there, or 100 points. So we got a bit of a distance right there. I'm going to go and mark up opening price right here. Go to that blue. That New York open right there. Hey, Song, how's it going? Morning. All right, so I got everything marked up right there. Next thing for me to look at would be any news this morning. I don't think there was anything pre-market, none that I really knew of. There was something here at 250. It was NFIB Small Business Index. So I'll just mark that up. 2:50 a.m. I don't think that's gonna be relevant to us. It's so far down below, but I mean, I'll just mark it up anyways. 250 right there. All right, so we got this huge candle right here. Obviously, we're not going to trade around this huge candle. We're going to wait for market to stabilize a little bit. So this is fine. You know, that bullish push can play out, and then we'll play by ear and see where this ends up going to. I'll mark the support down here as well, so you guys can see this on the clean chart. But not really much going on right here. It's just going to be a matter of patience, waiting for this to confirm whether it continues to the upside or whether it corrects back down to opening price. I mean, it's still far from liquidity up there. It's about 1,000 pips though. So we'll see where that goes. Thanks, Daniel. So Daniel said Fed bar is speaking at 7 o'clock. I don't see it on my list over here, Daniel. Did you see it on a different? Because I was looking on my FX book, but they're actually down right now. So my FX book is not working. I don't see it on the calendar here. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's good to know. So I'll just keep 7 o'clock in mind. You know, once 7 o'clock comes up, I'll keep in mind if the market starts to move weird around 7, we'll understand that, you know, it's probably because Fed bar is speaking. I know Fed bar was speaking yesterday. He might be speaking again today, but I have no idea. It's just my FX book has been down since yesterday, so I can't even load it. Hopefully it loads up like by today, but if not, we'll just keep that in mind. Thanks, Daniel. Hey, Sayam, how's it going? Morning. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, we had that NFIB business news index that I marked up, so I got that locked in right there. Thanks, Rashida. Yeah, Rashida said that when she checked yesterday, we had news at 10 a.m. Economic optimism, medium impact, and Fed Treasury purchase. 9 a.m. Bullard speech. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, guys, for the heads up. I'm going to try to look for a different source because, I mean, it should be here on Forex Factory. I don't understand why it's not on here unless they just haven't updated their API. Maybe everybody's API is down right now. You know, one thing that I'll take a look at as well is I'll take a look at FTMO. Or, you know what, Top Step actually. Top Step has an economic calendar and their stuff is usually on point. So I'd probably go with Top Step. Gotcha, okay. So Bullard is speaking today in Redbook. I'm just not sure what time it, because your time zone is a little different, Maria. Let me see if I can pull it up on Top Step because I know they do have an economic calendar. I just don't know how to pull it up. Let's see, resources. Okay, we got some economic events over here. See, today is July 11th. Weird. So it doesn't show any events over here on Top Step. I'm gonna go to FTMO. I just want to make sure we're not trading around news. That's like the worst thing because today is Crap Tuesday. So I just want to make sure that the time is correct. I'll check FTMO's economic calendar. It's kind of weird. I've never seen MyFX book down like that, but they've been down for a long time. I'm pretty sure they know about it. All right, so I pulled up the economic calendar here. It says IBD TIPV economic optimism at 30 minutes. Okay, 7 o'clock. All right, we do have news at 7 o'clock. It's the economic optimism. It's supposed to be low to medium impact, so I mean, it's still good to know. Thanks, guys, for all the heads up and the help. So I'm going to go and mark that up over here. That's the only news that I can see coming up for today. So, all right, there's no entries available right now. We're still waiting for market to kind of stabilize a bit. Once the market stabilizes, we'll start looking for some momentum pullback scalps. There's no liquidity right now. Price is a bit far from liquidity. If you guys want to see liquidity, it's going to be up there. That's going to be the closest level. Next level is going to be down below, still very far. So we'll see. I'll leave this open right here. Main screen will be on the momentum pullback scalps. We have a bullish momentum here. Bullish trend, bullish direction. We need price to continue pushing in that direction in order for us to start looking for more entries and whatnot. But at the moment, we're going to sit tight and wait. We typically don't start looking for entries until like 7 anyways. So if the market starts to stabilize a bit, say around 6:45, 7, then from there, we'll start looking for some scalps if possible. Right, for right now, we're just going to wait for the market to actually stabilize a bit. Let's see, going over here to the 1 hour. See if there's any 1 hour entries possibly coming up here. We could possibly have 1 hour. Everything lines up right now. So I'll see how that looks like at 7 o'clock. See, Maria said a V1 variation. So I don't see any V1s here right now, Maria. There's no pending bullish signal. There's a buy signal that's currently active right now. So there's no V1s that are setting up yet. I mean, there's a double body that's coming up right here, but it doesn't, there's no pending momentum. Yeah, you're good, Maria. It's fine. It's good practice. You know, if you see something, you know, feel free putting it in the chat and someone will either correct you or they will agree with you, whether it be me or whether it be somebody else in the group. It's always good to practice. So yeah, if you guys see any entries on the chart, you know, feel free to pop into the chat and call them out. If you want to call them out, and then if other people want to confirm it, they can confirm it for you, or I'll confirm it for you as well if I have the ability to do that without getting distracted, of course. So yeah, that's good practice, Maria. All right, so now it's just waiting. I feel like this is like the first 30 minutes of the market is usually like where people get the most FOMO because they see all these crazy movements. But I mean, we'll see. We're just gonna keep following along and see if we can find some opportunities here as we get closer to 7 o'clock. We do have news at 7 though, so I'm probably gonna wait until after 7 to take entries because I want to see if price actually reacts to the news event here at 7 o'clock. But it's fine. Price is probably gonna bounce back and forth, and then once we have some sort of consolidation and a range, we can start looking for direction. So it looks like the range is actually already established. Here's a range right here. We have the higher high and lower low marked up. Price is pretty much just ranging back and forth between these 2 points here right now. So I think main thing to look for, and you can see price went right back to opening price, the blue line right there, right? So price shot up right here on open, came back down to opening price. I mean, this could happen right here. Price came up, came back down for the retest, and continuation back to the upside like that. That could be the case right there, right? Or, I mean, the opposite can happen too. Price can push up, come down, range here for a bit, break below, and continue lower. My guess is that price is going to go to the upside because the overall bias here is pretty bullish. So I think price will probably go to the upside. So I think this is probably what's more likely. Push up, retest opening price, and then continue up higher from there. That's my guess, but I mean, we'll see. There's no need to really assume or predict right now because the market still hasn't really stabilized yet. It's still going back and forth. I think once price ranges a bit and then breaks out, then we can start looking for any possible entries here. But right now, it's got to sit tight and wait. There's a V1 right there, actually. Yeah. So Casey over here identified the V1. Maria, this one was actually a decent V1 because it's double body and there's a pending momentum. I think it probably hit TP already too. Yeah, it looks like it went straight to profit target. Right there. So right there would be an actual V1. We have a bullish bias today. Plus we had a double body, pending momentum, straight in straight there. Yeah, it's all good, Maria. It's all good. All right, so price is starting to move a little crazy right now, which is personally, I think it's good. I want the crazy movements to get out of the way. I want us to knock out all this crazy movement, and then once the crazy movement's done, we can start looking for entries, right? That's the key thing. So I don't really mind the crazy movement right here, because eventually it's gonna have to stabilize eventually. It's not just gonna move all crazy for like the whole hour and a half of this session. So 641 right now, it's getting closer to 7. If we get an entry closer to like 645, like if the market starts to stabilize right now, and then we get that bullish push. So say, for example, market starts to stabilize here, we get that bullish signal, retracement, continuation, then yeah, I'll take the entry right here, right? But if the market doesn't stabilize at that point, I'm not going to take any entries until it really stabilizes. Right now, price is starting to go back and forth between the pivots, which is not necessarily a good thing because this doesn't show that price is actually moving directional. It shows that price is actually just going sideways. And you can confirm that by looking over here at the clean chart. Price is just going sideways between this range. And there's no liquidity nearby, so I'm not really expecting too much movement here to happen. It's probably just going to fake out a bunch of ways until it chooses its actual direction for the day. Hey, John, how's it going? Morning. All right, so here we go. We're just waiting again for some sort of direction. So again, guys, it doesn't matter which direction price is going. The bias doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I'd prefer to go for a buy today, but if price comes down for a sell, then we can start looking for a sell. Right now, we're still in a bullish direction because price is technically just shifting below slightly. Hasn't really confirmed down below here just yet. So we'll see what happens in a few. We got some profits over here from Kenny. Kenny locked in a total profit of 2,187 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. So Kenny took some nice moves back and forth right there. Locked in some pretty good profits to kick off his trading day. And Kenny took all these on open. So you can see the timestamps here. Kenny took it at 6:30, 6:31, 6:33, 6:35. Yeah, solid profits right there. Thanks, Maria. Sorry, Rashida. So thanks, Rashida, for this right here. Rashida sent me this. So yeah, we had NFib this morning, Red Book, I'm assuming, yeah. So Bullard over here looks like he spoke earlier this morning, and then IBD, TIPB, economic optimism happens at 7 o'clock. So we got that. We got a couple more here at 7:30, New York Treasury. All right, good to know. Thanks, Rashida, for this. I'm going to add this to the, there was one more news event over here at 7. Or no, not 7, 7:30. Let me see what else she had here. Red Book at, let's see. So Bullard started speaking at 6 o'clock. 5:55 was Red Book. I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't know exactly what time that came up, but I know that there is news here at 7 and 7:30. The reason why I know that is because I know IBD TIPP economic optimism is at 7 o'clock, and this is gonna happen 30 minutes after. So 7 o'clock and 7:30, some news. But now it is back to the waiting game. Satyam said you got the lower low break locked in $200. Nice. Solid Satyam. But now it's just waiting. There's no liquidity nearby, so you guys are not missing out on any liquidity here. Closest level is up here to low level liquidity to the top side, higher level liquidity down below. I'm assuming this is a 1 hour, maybe 2 hour. Yeah, because I see the markup right here. So if I go to the 1 hour, yep, that liquidity right there is from the 1 hour. All right. All right, so price is starting to move bearish right now. I'm not going to take any entries here, but well, it's not bearish. It hasn't really confirmed. It's trying to swing down bearish, but it hasn't really confirmed yet. But for the most part, it is somewhat bearish. It's just super choppy. Yeah, exactly. Sayyam. Sayyam said very choppy. Yeah, this is why we wait. Because the thing is, you don't want to be trading in this choppy market. You want to wait for the market to actually stabilize. Like, I mean, price can really go in either direction. Price can either go up from here and correct back to where it's supposed to be to the upside, or it can continue dropping down below. To us personally, it doesn't really matter because we're not looking to predict where price is going to go. We're predicting, well, we're not predicting where price is going to go. We're basically going to follow price, and then we're going to take trades off the inconsistencies of the movement. So if price shows us that it's going up, we're going to look for that retracement and then enter there. We're not necessarily predicting, oh, price is going to go to this specific point, or price is going to go to this specific point. We don't really care about that. We just care about direction, and then we want to ride that wave when price continues to push in that direction. Casey said another V1 hit. Yeah, there was another V1 right here. I think it was at this point, it would have been a little risky in my opinion, because it pulled back so far. But yeah, that is another V1 right there. Double body, pinning momentum, bullish bias. The short term here is what's kind of throwing it off. I mean, the long term is bullish neutral, but the short term here is kind of throwing it off because it keeps moving so much from the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. But yeah, no, Casey's 100% right. That was a V1 variation there, and it played out perfect. So we got, I mean, there's still no confirmation yet of direction. I'm looking at the time here at 6:47. It's getting closer to 7. As we get closer and closer to 7, then the opportunity for entry is going to just dwindle smaller and smaller. So we just have to wait for this news event here to pass, because we don't want to have a trade open during this movement here. Yeah, Matthew mentioned that the V1 over here is really close to the opening price. Another reason why I probably would have just skipped it. Yeah, I was super close to it, like right before. I personally just wouldn't have taken it because it dipped so down below. So that's like one of the main reasons I wouldn't have taken it. Because like typically you want to take the V1s when it's just retracing slightly and then correcting back up. But this here was like a strong pull to the opposite direction. I mean, even possible reversal here on the 1 minute. Let me go and update the zone here. So there's a new lower low right here. There's a new lower low, but it's not really doing much. As you guys can see, price is just ranging between this area from this higher high to this lower low, and it's just going sideways. Nothing crazy really going on. I mean, realistically, we're looking for price to break out of this range. So I mean, best case scenario, we're probably gonna wait for price to actually break out of this area from where it's currently at, because we don't want to trade when price is ranging within this area. I mean, we can trade as long as we have space for our entry, but for the most part, we want price to actually, you know, break out of this area here. And then maybe, I mean, we could probably catch like one entry in between. Like if price does pull up here and retrace it, and we can probably go for a quick 100 pips. But as it gets closer and closer to this higher level, then at that point, you probably want to be a little careful because price can easily just bounce off here. Like what can happen here is price can push up, get to this here. And once price gets to this point, one of two things can happen. Price will either come back down to open, or price will just continue pushing up higher, right? A lot of different scenarios here that can play out. And you typically want to have like 1 or 2 scenarios, not like 10 scenarios. Yeah, you guys can see the choppiness here. There's just no direction. Today is Trap Tuesday, as you guys know, so no surprise here. We were expecting a lot of these traps to get set up. It's part of the game. Part of the trading week. Tuesday is usually, it's like this. So Monday and Friday are usually risky because people are re-entering and exiting the market. Tuesday is just a lot of choppiness. Usually the market starts to stabilize around a Wednesday. Sometimes it's still choppy on Wednesday, and some people call it wacky Wednesday. But for the most part, Wednesday is usually where the market starts to stabilize a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Patricia said weird movement. I agree. Very weird, right? Price pushed up a little bit, came down super hard right here for whatever reason. I don't know what caused the drop right there. Let me check CNBC. All right, so it says Microsoft cuts more jobs on top of 10,000 layoffs announced in January. So if this was I don't think this is breaking news, but if it was, that could have affected it because that's part of the I mean, it's not down that much, it's down like 2 points. So let me just refresh this real quick. Fundamentals are still up, they're up 121 points, so I think they'll still be bullish. It's just gonna be a matter of time until it swings to the upside. Looking over here at the retail sentiment is currently still at 61% short. So we're still looking for buys here. I mean, long-term direction is still bullish. This here can just be temporary for the most part. So I mean, we'll see. I don't really care if what's temporary and what's not. Like, if this is the case and price continues to drop lower, then we'll look for entries here. But right now, we still don't have a direction. We also have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. So we want to be careful and wait for, for something here to happen, because price is probably going to react to the news event here once the economic optimism news comes out. So as we get closer to 7 right here, guys, I mean, there's starting to be a bit more directional movement. So if this continues to move directional to the downside, I'll mark up entries if they do come up, but I'm not going to take them just yet. I'm going to wait till news passes here because I don't want to get caught in a news spike. So I don't want to be in a position and then price, decides to spike all of a sudden because we get closer to news. So I wouldn't necessarily take the entry here for a sell just yet. I mean, the pivots here haven't really confirmed too much yet. I mean, I'll mark it up for you guys. So for example, there's technically opportunity here for an entry if somebody wanted to take it. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I'll mark it up so that we can follow it and see how this plays out. So technically the entry would be right here if it does touch it. So right there, it would have been filled. And this technically would be an actively running trade. I'm not in this position, so this trade's not going to count. I don't recommend anybody take it either because it's getting so close to the news price down here. But technically this would be an entry. We have the sell signal, retracement. This is the next whole number level. And that's where the entry would be for a sell. The reason why I'd be kind of iffy about taking this trade is because the direction hasn't really been established yet. Price is below the pivots. Pivots are starting to shift here, but they haven't really confirmed yet, right? Price is kind of just going back and forth within this area, and the volatility is very slow right now. So, I mean, this will probably hit, but it's not one that I would personally take, and it did hit right there. So it was a market for that entry right there. I don't know if anybody took it. I didn't take it. I didn't recommend anybody take it. So I'm not counting that as a win, of course. I'm just going to wait for the next opportunity here to come up. But you guys can see the strategy still works fine. There was like literally no drawdown. It filled the order, went straight to TP. But yeah, it's just weird movement right here. So I'm not really feeling comfortable with this type of movement, but the entry did hit. Let's see. Natasha said something is wrong with her MT4 app. It's blinking on and off. Don't want to risk losing trade, so I'm going to call it a day until I figure out what's wrong with my app. Yeah, so Natasha over here took the buy earlier this morning at 6:30. She locked in a total profit of 877. A nice win right there, Natasha, but she does understand that her app is kind of throwing her off, so she's not going to be trading anymore, which is a good idea. I mean, I wouldn't trade either if my app was kind of blinking and moving weird. So nice work, Natasha. Great profit for that right there. And here we go. We'll move on to the next one. So we got some sideways movement right here. Let's see where this ends up going. We got 5 minutes till news. I'm gonna wait for news to pass, and then from there, I'm gonna try to look for some entries here, some official entries. So yeah, I don't know if anybody caught that sell earlier. I didn't catch it, so it's not gonna count. The only trades that I count here as official entries are the ones that I take. So I'll mark up entries. I'll tell you if it's risky or not. If I decide to take it, I'll let you know. But if I don't take it, no matter whether it's a win or a loss, it's not gonna count. Most of the time it's gonna be a win, but I'm not trying to pad my trades here, of course. There's no point in padding trades. It's not beneficial to us if we do that. Chrissy's asking, hi Sean, I forgot to ask yesterday, but what is the name of the indicator that'll show you how the target? Chrissy, I don't think there's an indicator for that. If you're talking about this right here, the short and long positioning tool, it's a built-in function for TradingView. So if you're trying to put your short and long function tool, you just click on this button right here. There's a long positioning tool and a short positioning tool, but there's no indicator for that specifically. It's just a built-in tool for TradingView. Not sure if you heard me, Chrissy. I'll just type it in here. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, you're fine, Chrissy. So if you want to use the long and short functioning tool, you just go over here to the forecasting and measurement tools. You click on the drop-down menu, and they're going to be right there on top. Long position tool and short position tool. So if you're trying to mark up a long position, you type in long position and you click on your chart. If you're trying to identify a short position, you do the same thing, but for the opposite. Short position right here. You click right there, and then you can set up your trade. Well, not really set up your trade, but it just sets up where your TP stop loss would be. Yeah, no problem, Chrissy. No problem at all. I'm not in a position, guys. That was my messenger. So just heads up. I know sometimes you guys hear my messenger pop like that or click like that, and you think I'm in a position, but it's a different sound. All right, looks like price is going to go sideways until news comes out right here. As you guys can see, there's nothing really going on. Price is just moving sideways right here, which is fine. Not really a big deal. But you guys can see how messy the market is right here. You can see it a lot better here on the clean chart. Not really too much going on here, right? Price is kind of just bouncing around. It's bounced around opening price and this lower low down here. Not really much of anything going on for the most part. All right, we got 2 minutes till news. I think once we hit that news time, it's going to push price. Hopefully it pushes price in at least one direction. It's really not doing anything right here. You can see prices literally going sideways. I don't care if price goes up, goes down. It can go wherever it wants, but I'm just hoping it gets out of this range right here where it's currently at. Kaner is asking, would you recommend taking the 1 hour or skip because of news? Let me see. No, that's a good question. I would probably take it personally. I think price will probably push up. I don't think the news event is big enough to really have a strong effect. I think price will go up at least 100 pips from where it's currently at. So if you guys want to take the 1 hour entry, this candle here is kind of big though. So if the candle is big, it might retrace back a little bit if you want to wait a little bit for it to retrace, but I do think this will play through for the 1 hour. So I'll probably take this on my FTMO. I can see it. Where is the time? So the entry would be there. Let me see if I can maybe get in for a discount down here. Or, I'm just gonna set a buy stop there and I'll just catch it as it comes back up. I don't get greedy here. And then that's pretty much it. Just gotta leave it alone for a bit. So we got a news candle right there. It's like right at opening price. So like I mentioned earlier, the candle was kind of big, so it's going to retrace down a little bit. I could get in for a discount, but I'm just going to hold off. I just put a buy stop there and I'll catch it as it comes back up. There's no point in me, really getting greedy here. So here's the news movement that I was mentioning. Price starting to bounce around a little bit. And we will see where this ends up going. So for the 1 hour right there, I typically would skip it because of news. But I was just waiting for it. So I just waited for it to move back a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, the candle was kind of big, so I didn't enter right away. I could probably enter for a discount down here, but I'm not going to do that. That's just being greedy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put a buy stop there. If it doesn't come back up, I'm not going to take it. But typically I do skip news candles because this happens, right? Like unusual price movement happens. And that's why I just wait for it to pull back. And then if it goes back up, I'll just take the entry when it comes back up. But yeah, good question, Kanner. But normally, yeah, I just skip the news. So if this happens right here and it comes down below, I'm just going to cancel it. There's no point in taking it. All right, I'm probably just going to cancel it, guys. So I'm canceling the 1 hour entry here. So this is why I don't like trading news, because you get this one movement and then it'll probably correct back up. But for the most part, this is why I don't like trading news at all. So I didn't take the trade here. I'm just going to leave it alone. And I'm going to look for some more scalps over here. I mean, technically, it's probably going to come back up if you're still waiting for it. Eventually, it'll probably come back up and fill, but I'm not going to get greedy here. I'll just wait for the next opportunity, which will probably come up at 8 o'clock. So I'm not going to take that there. I canceled my order. I'm already up from this one, so I don't really care about, stacking on any other entries here. All right, on to the entry here. So we got movement here now. This is a movement that we were looking for. And I am now looking for price to either continue dropping below. We have the bearish direction now. I know the overall bias is bullish, but the bearish direction is now moving downwards. So let's see where we're at right now. All right, price is kind of pulling up right here for the retracement. So I'm trying to see where it closes at. We got 10 seconds left. I'm going to put a sell stop right there at that price. Never mind. It went up higher. That's too late for entry. I was trying to put the sell stop right there because I thought it was going to close above or below. It looks like it's going to hit CP, so it's too late for making entry here. I don't know if anybody caught it, but it happened so quickly. It's all right. I'll wait for the next one. This market's, it's Trap Tuesday. There's a lot of volatility right now. A lot of movement based off the news. All right, so I'm going to wait for the market to, and there you go, it just hit CP. So I don't know if anybody caught it. I was trying to catch the entry right here, but it happened too quickly. As soon as, because I wasn't sure if the candle was going to close above or below the line. And I wasn't quick enough to set my order. So if you guys took it, it just hit TP right there. I should have entered the market order. It's all good. I literally had it set up and I was waiting for it to close, ended up not closing, and then missed the entire drop to the downside right here. So now I gotta wait for another opportunity. So back to square one. Now I gotta wait for that retracement again. And then I will look for the next opportunity here. Let's see, Andreas over here took some trades. He took the sell there actually. So Andreas actually caught it. His first account over here, 465 in profit. Nice work, Andreas. And then Andreas, the second account over here, he took that trade just now. Total profit of 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Andreas. So he was quick, got into that trade, got out, full TP. We got Slava over here, currently up 2,196 for the day. Nice work, Slava. Solid profits right there. Andrew said, you ever get TraderBait logging you off saying you have two in your request? Yeah, I haven't gotten that before, Andrew. Andrew's getting this error, says too many requests. This will typically happen if you're logging in on multiple windows. I only log in on one window, so I have my main window here. That's the only one I have TraderBait. So I've never really had the issue. Gotcha, okay. So there's another possible opportunity right here, but it's not going to meet criteria because I only like doing one per momentum signal, right? So unfortunately, I should have taken this one right here, but I didn't take it. It's all good. So this is another opportunity right here, but I'm not going to take it because I only like taking one per momentum signal. There's one momentum signal right here. This, again, like I mentioned, would be another opportunity, but I'm not going to take it. I probably should have taken it. It hit TP again right there. Yeah. So as you guys can see, there's multiple, like we talked about this yesterday during yesterday's live session. You can use one momentum signal and there's going to be multiple entries that come up through there. And this one right here, again, would have hit. There's two entries already for today. That one right there, full TP. This one right there, full TP. I should have taken the second one. I was going to take it, but I don't know. I just didn't feel right because I felt like price is a bit overextended. But I'll see. I'll watch to see what the next one looks like. And then from there, I'll decide. Like if price starts to range here, then I'm for sure not going to take the next one. Yeah, price looks like it's ranging now. So I don't think I'm going to take this next one, guys. There's another opportunity here that might be coming up on this next candle. Yeah, because we have the retracement right there. I'm not going to take the next one because price is pretty much ranging at this moment. I want price to actually push away from where it's currently at and then provide opportunity for entry. Right now, I'm not going to take this next one. I'll mark it up for you guys so that you guys can see. But typically, I like taking only one entry per momentum. There's about two entries that came up here already. So if that was the case, then you'd be in profit regardless of this third entry. Because you're doing 10 to 25, so should be good. Yeah, Maddie said it looks like a fake out to the downside. I can see that too. Definitely. So let's take a look at the overall direction again. And that's just frustrating. I just missed out on like 2 trades. It wasn't your guys' fault, it was my fault. The first one, I just was too slow. Second one, I mean, it wasn't an entry, but I could have taken it, but it's all good. So we got the Dow is currently at 83 points now, so it's more of a bullish neutral. Retail sentiment, let me see if this added up. I think this would be the key determining factor here. If this starts to increase, then for sure price is going to swing back up. But right now, it's not necessarily that strong. So fundamentals are now bullish neutral. Only up 80 points right now. So nothing too crazy there. I mean, if price continues to drop lower, like say, for example, price drops lower from where it's currently at, then if we get another retracement, I'll take that next one. But right now, price is just going sideways. It's not really doing too much. I mean, the range pretty much just got lower. That's literally all that happened. It just got into a tighter range. So like price broke down to a new level here. I have this lower low marked up. It just turned into the new high, or not the high, but the resistance now. This is now the new support. And it's kind of just going sideways now. Volatility's died down quite a bit. So I was checking what's going on in the chat. All right, so we got this push to the downside right here. If we get the retracement, then possible entry. So price is now pushing away again. And this is fine. I mean, the retracement, we'll be looking for that next flip retracement here. And then I'm going to try to get into one now finally. All right, so we'll see. I mean, price is a bit overextended, so it's kind of like it's hard to tell if price is going to keep dropping because yesterday price kept going. But we'll see. I want to see how deep this retracement goes. If the retracement's not that deep or it doesn't really retrace at all, then it's probably not going to be a good entry. But we'll see. We need this to provide a green candle. So if we get a green candle right here and it closes above this area, entry point will be at this point. If vice versa, price closes down below further and we get a green candle, then entry point will be on the next level. So let's see, this is going to be 34,200. All right, so I'm going to put my pending order right there. See if it gets filled.
Order filled.
All right, so it filled. Let's see where it goes from here. So I'm gonna keep watching it. If we get an opposite signal, we're just gonna pull out early, but if not, then hold on to it and see where it goes. All right, now the waiting game. The volatility here has kind of died down a bit. Typically you want to take this trade when the volatility is a bit higher because it'll just, it'll just shoot straight through. But the volatility here kind of died down a bit. So here's the thing, if we get an opposite signal, I just got to close out early, cut losses. But if not, we're just going to hold on to it, wait for this to play through. Yeah, a lot of people saw the V1 right here. The problem with the V1 is that I don't know if the overall bias is bullish anymore. I have to double check that. CJ caught it, Casey got it. I think a couple people caught that right there. The volatility is really low right now. It's a lot lower than what we're used to. All right. Yeah, this thing is really not moving, huh? Just keeps bouncing back and forth from where it's currently at. Let's see, here's a queen chart over here. This lower low is not even a level anymore. Still sitting around that area. All right, if this, okay, I gotta close out for a small loss, guys.
Order fit.
Unfortunately, I had to close out for a small loss right there. Took the loss for just 100 pips. It's not a big deal because now in the next one, if I take another trade and I win it, it's going to recoup that loss. So guys, whenever you get a buy signal like this, you just got to cut your loss. Because see, for example, if I held on to it right here, I would have been deep in drawdown, but I cut my losses early right here just to pull out of here. So I'm out of this position here. I'm gonna wait for the next one. The sells were kind of risky, like I was mentioning before, because the overall bias today was bullish. So I didn't really want to take sells here, but there was 2 entries that came up, or actually 3 entries that came up here. There's one here, one here, one here. They all hit TP. If I took all 3 and then I ate this one right here, I'd still be in profit because I have 300 pip win and then a 100 pip loss right here. So right here, small loss, just 100 pips, not a big deal. I'm going to catch the next one, and the next one will hopefully cover this loss here. So you guys can see this is why the strategy here is so intuitive, and it's actually a lot more it's a lot easier to apply because you can get in and out of these positions super quickly. So like, for example, here, instead of me taking a full loss, I just got out at 100 pips. Now the next trade, if I go for 100 pips and I win, I'm going to be back at break even for the day. So ate that loss there, on to the next one, and we will continue looking for another opportunity here. I'm hoping price actually just pushes back up. So what I want to see here is I want price to push to the upside. And then when we have that same opportunity right here, I'm going to look for the buy. Because we were looking for buys here to begin with. It was just price was down below, 2-3 trades hit. And I just was like, okay, I'm going to hop in on that next one. Another thing too, so this was more of a FOMO move for me because the actual trade that we should have taken was up here. And I only usually take 1 per momentum. The thing here is I got FOMO because we had 1 win there, 1 win there, 1 win there, 3 back-to-back wins. When price came back down below here, I wanted to take a trade because I figured, okay, it's probably going to hit again. But then it just ended up not playing out. So that's why I don't like taking multiple trades per momentum, because you don't know when price is going to actually reverse. If you just take the 1 first trade, then usually that one's like, it has a pretty high probability of it hitting. So unfortunately, that's my first loss on Top Step. Let's see. Yeah, first loss on Top Step. I just need to have 2 more wins, 2 more wins, and then, well, actually just 1 win. 1 win to bring me back to break even, and then 1 more win to bring me back into profit. If I do that, then I'll be back into profit. I'll still have 100% win rate on Top Step with regard to PL for the day. Because I'm still 100% on Top Step. I've been trading on Top Step for a week now. I have 100% win rate per day. not necessarily per trade, but each day it shows, if you're in profit. So I'm only down like, let's see, I'm only down like 900 right now. So it's not a big deal. I'm still in profit overall on the account. All right. So we're looking for two things here. We're either looking for a sell signal to confirm the continuation to the downside, or I'm looking for a I'll push the upside. So let me just mark this up. I'm going to send this in the group so that you guys are aware of the loss. There was only 100 pips. Let's put this up here. I'm still going to be focusing on the chart here though. Stop symbol is we never lose trades, so I never have like the stop symbol up here. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. All right, so there, I posted the loss, guys, so that you guys are aware and you guys know what is going on here. All right, what's the next one? All right, now that price is pushing up right here. Well, it hasn't confirmed the bullish direction yet, but once it confirms a bullish direction, we can start looking for possible buys here, which is what we were looking for to begin with. So let me just move this up a little bit, 60. I gotta learn not to FOMO, guys. I think that's that was the problem there. I was FOMOing into the move. I gotta be more focused on not FOMOing into these trades. So we have the bullish signal here, but there's no bullish direction. So this right here, price is retracing, but you're not going to take the buy here just yet. You need the trend meter to turn green. You need price to be above the pivots. You need the pivots to be angling to the upside. So this right here is not going to be entry for a buy yet. And we just gotta wait for that direction. I can't even tell how this candle right here closed. I mean, it wouldn't matter because there's no entry for us to take here anyways. All right, we're just waiting for price to push away or push to the upside. Once price pushes to the upside, you'll start to see the trend meter down here turn blue. It's going to start to shift. And then once it shifts to green, then well, we don't necessarily need to wait for it to shift to green, but we need to wait for actually for something like this to play out. So price can be blue. I mean, the trend meter can be blue, but price just needs to be above the pivots, and the pivots need to be angling up. So price could be the trend meter can be blue, but as long as price is above the pivots and the pivots are angling up, then that's fine. We have somewhat of a direction. It's not a strong direction, but it is direction for a bullish push, which is what we were looking for to begin with. Gonna wait for this to push. I hate these summer markets because you guys can see the market's not really smooth. There's like if you were to do this during like fall season, like you'll have a lot of these movements. Price will push up, come down, push up, and it'll come down, push down, and come up. So you have a lot of opportunities for entry when the market's actually volatile. Right now, it's not very volatile. It'll push up a little bit, kind of die down, go sideways, and then you're waiting for like another 30 minutes for some sort of movement. Right now, guys, still no opportunity for entry. We don't have the confirmation of direction yet. We do have the bullish momentum, but price is still starting to shift to the upside. Once we have the pivots over here angling a little stronger, then at that point, we will start looking for further direction. Right now, it is waiting game. Typical trap Tuesday. We'll probably have to wait like another 4 or 5 minutes. I don't think this is going to start to shift until like a couple more candles pass through. We also have news right here at 7:30. So I'm probably going to wait until news passes. Hopefully news will push price, either direction, whether it pushes to the upside or pushes back to the downside. Either way, we will be looking for this to play through. Wish the market would just move in a direction. Just look on the sideways. Let's see if this pushes up. All right, we got about 2 minutes till news. I mean, price is just going sideways right here until it gets close to 7:30. I think that's basically what's going to happen. Price will just range until it gets to the news price right here. And then hopefully when it gets to news right here, price will either push up or push down. I don't care which direction it goes in, but I need it to go in some sort of direction so I can start looking for some more trades. So if it goes down, that's completely fine. No big deal. It looks like price might be coming down from here. If that's the case, that's fine too. I don't care. Because if price comes down, we already have a bearish direction. So if this is the case and price comes down, then that's actually beneficial for us because we don't have to wait for the direction to shift. Or if it goes up and the direction shifts to the upside, that's completely fine as well. I don't like how the price is starting to barely move. So if I zoom out right here, you guys can see like the entries right here would just keep hitting, right? So for example, price pushed up, retraced, entry right here. Full TP, right? Literally every trade hit full TP, price pulled down to here, full TP, price pulled down to here, full TP. It would take a while for it to hit, but it did hit. But you can see how like the lines are a lot closer, right? Over here, price is a little bit tighter. So you can see that we did have a couple entries right here, but they weren't as smooth as the other ones because the distance is so far away. So we had the sell signal here, price retraced to this point, entry right there, full TP, price retraced down to this point, retraced up to that point right there, full TP, price pulled down again right here, pulled back up, full TP, etc. But that's because these two are moving with bigger candles. These candles here are a little bit smaller. Now we have the news candle, which is perfect. The thing that you want to be careful for here is the retracement based off the news. So I actually don't want a momentum signal on the news candle. I want the momentum signal to come after. Because if the momentum signal comes after the news candle, that's how I'll know it's not based off the news. If you get momentum on the actual news candle, then from that point, it's going to be a bit of a trick because you're not going to know whether it came down because of actual momentum or if it just came down based off the news candle. Because obviously price here is moving based off the news candle, right? So I actually don't want this candle to close with momentum. That's fine. I want this next candle here to close with momentum. So we basically need a sell signal here. Or if price pushes up, that's cool too. But we either need a sell signal, wait for retracement, and then take entry, or we need price to push to the upside and then provide entry there. But I'm hoping I get at least one more entry because I want to break even before I get off today. I'm not gonna be able to stay on after 8 today, guys. I got some stuff to do after. But I'm hoping we can get at least one entry here so I can make myself back, I bring myself back to break even and then, go on with my day. I'm still in profit for the day, so it's not really a big deal. I lost 900 on my top step, but I'm currently up on all of my accounts right now, my FTMO account. So let's see, 240, 20, 40, 20, 40, 720, 720. So this is how much I'm up on my FTMO and MFF account, 6,000, minus 900 for my top step. I'm still up 5,000 for the day. So I'm still in profit, but I do want to bring my top step account back into profit. That's my goal here. Cause I want to have a 100% consistency. So I want top step to see that I'm profitable every day. Because if I'm profitable every day, I think they give you better terms once you get funded. Well, not necessarily every day, but like the more days you're profitable, the better the outcome. So, and that's just me. That's my competitive side. Like, I don't like losing at anything, whether it's trading. Even though I'm still in the green for the day, I want to be in the green on my top step account. I'm kind of glad I only took that trade on my top step account too, because if I took it on my MFF, that thing would have screwed me over, or would have set me back a little bit. All right, we have the sell signal right here pending. This is good. We just need the sell signal here to close. Once the sell signal closes, we can start looking for possible sells here. We do need that to close. All right, Siam. Yeah, Siam said he's calling it a day. No phone on his end. And he's done. Thanks for the analysis. Yeah, definitely, Siam. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We still got time, guys. It's only 7:33, so we got about 20 minutes or so till 8. So I'm still going to wait here for an entry. I know the entries are probably going to come through. Again, today's Trap Tuesday. So if you guys don't want to trade today, then just wrap it up. Because that's basically what we got caught in right here. We got caught in the trap. But luckily, we were able to pull out of that trap earlier than later. It's just 100 pips, not a big deal. Sell signal's taking forever. So it's fine if the sell signal closes invalid, but we still need a direction. So we can close invalid, but we still need price to push in that specific direction. All right, we got the sell signal here that's pending. It has about 20 seconds left on the candle. It's got a lot of time, so it's not necessarily established yet. We got 10 seconds. This can easily drop down in the next 10 seconds, but we'll see. All right, we got the sell signal right there. So now I'm looking for the retracement. I preferably would want price to drop down a little lower to this next level and then provide the retracement. If price retraces right here, I probably will not take this trade, guys. The reason for that is because if price continues to push up higher, so say, for example, price retraces right here, right? And it pushes up higher like it just did right there, then we might get a buy signal right there. If we get a buy signal, I'm gonna have to close out again for a small partial loss. So I'm not trying to stack on these partial losses. I'd rather just wait for the better opportunity here to come through. So, all right, technically for this right here, the entry would be at this point right here if it closes, but I'm not going to take the trade here. Because the last thing I want to do is take a trade and then I get a buy signal here and then I got to close out for another 100 pips. It's not it, right? I'm not trying to stack on these 100 pip losses. I'd rather just wait for a better quality entry to come up. And there goes that buy signal I just mentioned. So not going to take the trade here. I'm fine if price shifts above. So now that I'm looking at the trend meter down below, you can see that it's starting to turn blue. You'll see in a little bit. If price pushes up a little bit, you'll see this color down here is turning blue because the direction is starting to shift. It's no longer a sell. It is now, and you can see right there, it's blue. We have a green buy signal. That's perfect. That's fine because we want to buy here anyways. Back to the upside. All right, perfect. So this is cool. I want the buy signal to actually come out and then just continue pushing up higher. If we get that, great. We can start shifting and looking for a buy here because I was looking for a buy anyways to begin with. I don't really like taking sells here because the bias is still bullish. Looking over here at sentiment hasn't changed too much. Still at 61%. Here is fundamentals are still like at 90 points. So it's still somewhat bullish for the most part. Yeah, I prefer to take the buys here. So we still need price to push up. So for example, here, there's no confirmation of direction yet for a buy. So I actually need price to push up a little bit. I need price to push up slightly. And if it pulls back to this point, that's fine. Right here, I'll take it. But I need price to actually push up. It needs to push above this area and then we get that retracement, great. But if it's down here, I'm not going to take a trade because again, it's just going to retrace back down to the bottom. So I need price to push up at least around this area, retrace down slightly. So basically this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price push up a little bit, retrace down, and then come back up. If I get that there, great. I'm going to look for my buy entry right there, and that's where I'm going to take it to the upside. But this market is just not volatile. You can see how it's not really moving too much. It's kind of annoying because we can't scalp unless there's volatility in the market. Right, 738. I could see a trade coming up at least like maybe in the next 15 minutes or so. So the next 15 minutes or so, possibility of opportunity. Right here, this is what I was just mentioning earlier, guys. I'm not going to take this right here. I need price to be a bit higher. It's just too low. The reason for that is because we don't have a confirmation of direction, right? Price needs to be above the pivots. Pivots need to be angling up. Trend meter needs to be green, or it can be blue, turning green. Right here, we don't have that. All right, typical trap Tuesday. Nothing really going on here. Let me go and just update these real quick. So you can see that price isn't really doing too much. I mean, if I go and just draw, I mean, it's really just ranging. Nothing special going on here. All right, perfect. So price is now pushing back up. I'm still looking for the same setup, guys. I'm looking for price to push above this area over here and then retrace down, push up, retrace, continue. So I'm looking for right here. All right, there's a retracement right here, but I don't want this retracement to come anywhere lower than this line here. If it comes lower than this line, then I'm not messing with it. Okay, perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. $240. All right, if this candle here closes red and it stays above this line right here, I'm going to put a buy limit at that point. It's got to close red though. There has to be a retracement. If there's no retracement, I'm going to wait for the next one. I'm looking at this color right here. If this here closes red, then I'm going to look for opportunity there. If not, then it's got to wait for the next candle. I did not, or actually did.
Order filled.
All right, so I got into the position right there. It's pushing up in profit right now. I'm in profit about 225. I'm gonna watch and see where it goes because the volatility right here is kind of whack. I'm in profit 375 now, in profit 450, in profit 525, in profit 600.
Order filled.
Got out. They didn't get all filled. All right, so some of my orders got filled. So I got out at 750 on some of them.
Order filled.
Got out some of them right there.
Order filled.
I'm out. There we go. I'm back in profit, guys. Easy as that. All right, so we back in profit. Here we go. Solid work, guys. You guys took it with me. Awesome. So we back in profit. Yeah, man, I wish it held on to that longer. You guys heard how that was, it was like filling my orders like at different times because it would fill it, come back down, fill it, come back down, fill it, come back down. But it got fully filled right there. So I'm back in profit right now on my top step. I'm solid for the day. I'm gonna look for another entry here, but I mean, my accounts are solid, so I'm happy. It was kind of stressing me out because I hate losing trades. And I was like, I knew I'm gonna get another trade here, which I did. I don't know why this thing doesn't fail to cancel order. All right, let me try to refresh this again. I don't want to have like random pending orders on my chart. What's going on with this? Let me log out of it. And then log back in. Yeah, I don't know why now I'm kind of scared to take a trade right now because there's like a pending order right here and I don't want to fill, I don't want these orders to fill. Yeah, this has never happened to me, Patricia. I don't know why this is coming up like this. I've logged out, logged in. I don't want to take any orders and then I have pending orders sitting right here. Let me check my actual. If anything, I might just enter these trades on my actual TradeOvate account. Let me check my TradeOvate real quick. And last thing I want to do is leave a pending order up there, especially for a sell. I'm not trying to be in a sell right now. Yeah, I don't know what's up. It doesn't I mean, I'm on my TradeOvate account right now. It doesn't show that there's any pending orders. This is it's a trading view issue because it doesn't show any pending orders on my side. So I'm looking at TradeOvate and I'm also looking at TS Trade. I don't have any pending orders because all my orders got filled here. I don't know. I don't know how would I figure this out. All right, well, whatever. I don't think this is gonna make any difference because it shows that I have a bracket that's up, but I don't see the bracket on here. Let me just open up I could open up a chart on my actual. Or you know what? I'm gonna pull up my DOM. I gotta figure out how to use this top set thing, guys. I'm still not familiar with it as much, so I'm trying to figure out how these functions work, but let me pull my DOM right here. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a trading view issue, guys. It's not a top step issue, it's just a trading view issue. I mean, this happens too sometimes when I'm trading a Forex trade. It'll show that I'm still in the position even though I'm already out of it. But for whatever reason, I can't take this off my chart. And it's really annoying me right now because I want to take it off. I'm assuming like eventually it'll just come off, but the brackets are still there. Okay, anyways, let me just give an update over here real quick so that you guys know which trade we took there, and then I'll just I'll try to figure it out. I mean, if not, I'm gonna try to squeeze in one more trade and I'm just gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I tried doing that for Trisha. It didn't do anything. So I logged out on my Trade-O-Bait, I refreshed it, I logged back in, and it still had the same issue. Super annoying. All right. Nice work, Andreas. So Andreas here he brought himself back in profit. Nice work on that one. So Andreas took a loss on the first trade with us there, took another one here, and made it right back. See if there's anything else here. Yeah, it shows that I'm in zero positions, Sisu, on my tops. It shows that all of my positions have closed and I'm back in profit. It's just trading view here is what's there's an issue with trading view. It's not necessarily top step or anything. It's just the trading view function here is just it's not syncing properly. And I think this is why they don't allow you to use a copier on here, guys. So like, if you guys remember before, I was mentioning how I was trying to set up a copier for Top Step. They don't allow you to set copiers or bracket orders because of this. I'm assuming this is why, because if you have a copier and you have like 6 accounts trading and you got this coming up 6 times, it can end really bad, right? You can blow all your accounts. So, okay, now it makes sense to me why they don't allow copiers on TradingView, because this here will happen. They'll have corrupted screen, and then you won't really know if you have a pending order or not. So I mean, we'll try to work with the guys. I mean, at the moment, I'm still okay with Top Step, but yeah, this is kind of annoying, and I can see why they don't want to have copiers where you're like copying a bunch of accounts at once. Because if you have a bunch of pending limit orders sitting on your screen, and they all get triggered, it'll just blow up all your accounts. But I mean, for the most part, it says you want to cancel your bracket? Fail to cancel order, please contact your broker. See, the thing, it says too late because I'm already out of the position. It says too late because this actually got filled already. But I mean, I don't know. Let's fix this right here. Nice. Jeff said, still trying to get the mentality right after reading the books that you have introduced to me the other day. So nice work, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff locked in a total profit of 257. Pretty much all wins, just one loss right there. I'm assuming that's the loss that we took together. It's a bit big, so I don't know if you just let it run to full stop loss. But it's good. I mean, you're doing good right here, Jeff. I mean, just keep up the consistency, and then probably if this was a loss we took earlier, maybe it's review the strategy so you understand when to pull out early. Because I mean, you could have probably minimized this a little bit, but it's all good. I mean, you're making a lot of progress from where you were before. So nice work, Jeff. Jeff made a total profit of 257 for the day. Yeah, Crystal said Trap Tuesday for real. Yeah, I know it is. The market's weird. Trading views kind of weird. My execution times are weird. I don't know. All this stuff's weird. But yeah, guys, I'm back to break even for the day. I'm still in profit on my FTMO and MFF accounts, but everything else, I'm back to break even. So I'm overall in profit for the day. I want to take, well, I'm hoping to take at least maybe one more trade here on Top Step if I can. If not, then I'm not going to force it, of course. So I'm not really looking to force anything here. I mean, my Top Step account is still solid. So my main goal is just to show that that can be consistent, that I'm profitable every single day. Because I think that's really what these prop firms are looking, well, not all prop firms, but legit prop firms that are looking to take your trades and give you a live account. All right, 752 right now. So I'll get a few more moments, guys. If I can hopefully maybe get one more entry here, great. If not, then I'm not going to force anything here, of course. There's actually a couple entries that came up right here. I don't know if anybody spotted them, but there's a couple entries that came up right here for the same momentum signal. Again, like I mentioned, I don't like taking multiple entries within the same signal, but like basically right here, price pushed up. This was our entry right here. That was our full TP. Price kind of pushed up again right here, retraced down. Another full TP right there. Price retraced up right here again, came down. So there's about 3 entries right there that came up within this one signal, but it is it's a bit messy. CKC said you have a 10-minute structural liquidity pending. Not that it might have came up after Casey, right? After the market open. So I typically don't mark up liquidity after market open, but you might be right. Let me check 10-minute. Yeah, so there's a pending liquidity right there, and there's another pending liquidity up here that happened on market open. So I mean, technically, yeah, there's still liquidity up here. I don't necessarily mark up liquidity after the market has opened, but if you did want to mark it up, there's one up there, and there's one that's pending right here, but this would take about an hour for it to establish, because we need to pass at least like 5 or 6 candles until it closes through. Brian's asking, how do you actually know when to pull out from the game? What do you mean, Brian? Are you talking about this strategy right here, the momentum pullback strategy? So the reason why we pulled out here earlier was because we had an opposite signal. So if you're talking about this strategy here, we entered this for a sell, but when you got a buy signal here, we pulled out. So that's why I only lost partial profit there. So this one right here, we were going for 100 pips, but when that buy signal came up right there, I closed out manually, and that's where I took my loss. So I took my loss there for 100 pips only, and then for this one right here, I took the trade that we just took for 100 pips. So now I'm back at break even on my Top Step account. Daniel's asking, what do I think about the next 1 hour? So if you guys look at the 1 hour entry from 7 to 5, I didn't play out, I don't think. But I mean, the next 1 hour looks like it could be good, Daniel. I'm not gonna take it because I think we have news at 8 o'clock. I forgot what showed up on, but there was news coming up at 8 o'clock too, so that's why I'm not taking it. But I mean, it does look good. I think Rashida sent a screenshot of the news for today, and there's more news coming up at 8 o'clock. So that's the main reason why I wouldn't take myself. This one over here got screwed over because of the news, the 7 o'clock one. So I'm not looking to take that risk again. Like I definitely don't want to take that risk because I was waiting to enter this late right here, but then it just never came back up until now. So I mean, if you want to take it, then you could, but I think there's probably going to be news at 8 o'clock. I wish I could see it, but my FX book is still down, so I can't even pull up the news for today. But I did see some sort of news coming up at 8 o'clock, so I wouldn't take it. If you want to take it, go ahead. But you have to wait for an actual buy signal here to close. So if this here closes with a sell signal, probably would not look to it, but we'll see where this ends up going. So yeah, you need a buy signal before 8 o'clock, and then from there you can possibly take it. All right, we got a buy signal here, or we got a sell signal. Purity's asking where are we getting news from? Forex Factory is working, Purity. My FX book is not working. So we have two news sources that we use. We use My FX book and we use Forex Factory. Forex Factory is working, it's fine. It just doesn't have news right now. But there was news on My FX book. That's why we use both of them. Because sometimes one of the websites has news events that the other one doesn't. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Daniel said that the 7 o'clock was sketch since it had a double body right there. I agree 100%. It was just, there was a lot of things that were kind of sketch about that specific entry, and that's why I didn't want to enter right away. Also, the candle was huge. If you guys remember at 7, I was mentioned that the candle was really big and it was probably going to pull back. So I was going to wait for price to push up, which it never did. And I just ended up canceling the order, thankfully. All right, we might have an opportunity for one more entry here, guys. It's getting close to 8, but we might have one more opportunity here as price pushes up. If we get this buy signal on this candle right here, then we may have an opportunity for price to retrace back down and then push back up higher. But I mean, either way, sorry, that's my messenger, guys, not my MC4. I already closed on my MC4, so I'm not taking any trades on my MC4. And we are now looking for this retracement. All right, so we got that buy signal right there. I want price to push up a little bit and then maybe give us some sort of retracement. I don't want the retracement on this specific candle. I want it on the next one. So if this retraces right here, then I'm just going to be done for the day, guys. I don't want to risk it. I'm already back in profit on my top step. I don't want to risk it for just one more trade. So, I mean, today was pretty solid. I locked in 6,000 basically, because I made my money back off that last trade. So I'm up 6,200, about 6,000 for the day. Yeah, not horrible. All right, so I'm looking for possible retracement right here. It can't be below the specific price point though. If it goes below the price point, then I'm definitely not going to take it, and I'm just going to wrap it up for the day. So this red candle has to close above this black line. If it doesn't, then I'm not going to take a trade. And I'm just going to wrap it up for the day. All right. Oh, damn, I would have went straight to TP too. So yeah, guys, I didn't take the trade right there. I didn't end up closing above the black line like I wanted to. But you can see right there, it blasted right through. If I entered market, it just would have went straight to TP right there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's all good. I'd rather not risk it. But you guys can see the strategy here works fine. It's just it was so close to this price point and the volatility is so slow that we just wouldn't have that opportunity. But yeah, that would have been nice to close out the day with another win. But I'm not going to risk it. Today's Trap Tuesday. I'm already in profit on all my accounts, break even on my top step, and I'm just going to wrap it up for the day. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out. I got stuff to do today, so I can't sit around and talk. But if you guys do want to message me, feel free to message me on Telegram or email me at sean@kodikaitrades.com. Again, if you guys are new here and you want access to the indicators and whatnot, just go on our website, kodikaitrades.com. Again, that's kodikaitrades.com. Click on K2 or Kodi Kai strategies right here, and you can get access to the indicators and pretty much all the strategies that we applied on here. Other than that, I will see you guys later. If you guys have questions, reach out and I'll get back to you in maybe like 2 or 3 hours. I got a meeting to go to, so I'll see you guys in a few. See you guys then.